So what is up everyone? Today I want to show you how to upgrade your first and second generation iPod Classic. Stay tuned. So today's upgrade will be a new battery for my iPod Classic first generation 10GB model, and yeah, the original battery inside of my iPod will last for something like 2.5 hours of listening music, and that's just not enough for me. So it is actually quite hard to get hold of new batteries for those old iPods. I just found one seller in Germany. He is called Akku King, and he sells this battery. I will have a zoom. Let's have a look. There you go. On the front it says it is a direct replacement for iPod first and second generation, and then it says it has 3.7 volts and 2200 milliamp hours, so that should give us quite a good range with this iPod. Yeah, they give you a tool to open the iPod with as well, and this kit costs around 15 euros, which is not much. 15 euros is quite a good price. So let's start with this. You'll have, when you look at your iPod, it's like that. What you have to do is you have to hold down the play button for a few seconds, and then the iPod goes off, and then you have to put on the hold button so that it can't be switched on accidentally. The next thing you will do is you have to work this inside of this groove to separate those parts. So let's do that. So I have to do a little bit of voiceover because my audio failed. So after getting the iPod disassembled, using those plastic tools, which by the way is quite a harsh process, because those tools have two sides, and one of the sides will scratch your skin on your hand, and while the other one is freeing the iPod apart. So after getting the silver backplate away from the plastic cover, you have to pay attention to lift the silver plate over the headphone connector, so that there are no problems. So this process took quite a bit longer than I would have expected it to do, but yeah, it was quite worth it, because now with the new battery in it, it will last yeah, maybe for something like 15-20 hours playing music instead of just 2 or 3 hours, which was quite bad. So after getting it disassembled, so after getting the silver plate off, you will see how this is constructed. The old battery lies on top of the hard drive, so it is there are three silver stripes over it holding it down. One is even glued, so you have to rip this thing off, which is quite easy, and then it is just held down in place by a black and red wire, which is disassembled is assembled on the logic board of the iPod. So what you have to do is you have to take this ribbon cable out, which is quite an easy thing. You just unplug it, then you have your battery, which by the way is a smaller capacity battery than the new one, and it's from Sony. Under the battery you can see the hard drive. I'm planning on doing an SSD conversion with this iPod. I'm waiting for the parts and for the knowledge for me to accomplish that, but that will come soon. And yes, the battery is held down and dampened by a rubberized gasket. So the next thing to do is you have to reinstall the new battery, which is quite simple. Just laying it down and plugging the red and black wire back in. It's a little bit fiddly, but you will get it to work quite easily. And then after relocating those metal sheets, you can have a look at the iPod, which is now working fine. Yes, I'm quite happy with doing this upgrade. It will give the iPod quite a lot of new life. The only thing you have to do is just put the back cover back on, and then you're ready to go. So thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.